Okay, I'm an idiot. I forgot something. There was a whole nother clip that we were supposed to play. It's about 10 minutes, so we'll just get that in real quick. Just a 10-minute clip, family. Appreciate y'all being here. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, tap in, share with a friend. Let's get into it.
Given to the Corrections Association of New York, Governor Hochul must sign the Robert Brooks bill, no amendments. Let there be no more beatings, no more deaths, no more brutality against helpless men and women. We are people of faith who believe in redemption.
Great. So, I'm going to talk a little bit, and I'm going to keep it very real with people. We have to have these common sense bills passed. But if people understood, when I think about training officers, I'm going, you know what? It didn't take, if they had just followed their humanity, we wouldn't be in this place. Because it doesn't take training to let you know that you don't jump on somebody and beat them and kick them and choke them and do everything else that is vile. That is wrong. So where are we getting these people from that they can actually turn to do things that are actually, at the end of the day, evil? I don't know how else to put it. I don't know how else to put it. How do we bring that humanity back to people? When I was in prison, you know, I almost got written up because I'm a light-skinned Puerto Rican. They almost wrote me up for destroying state property. I was the state property. Why? Because I got a sunburn while I was in the yard. I'm state property. That is a psychological trauma. It is part of, Ronnie Minter was right, it is part of that plantation mentality that happens on a consistent basis. Now, the judicial part of this case with Robert Brooks is basically almost over. There's one more that's going to trial. It's almost over. Now it's in the hands of the governor and the legislature. Here's one of the bills. They must let the family know that their child, son, brother, cousin, whoever it is in their relation has been killed. We have to have someone tell you that you should contact the family. Do you know how I get news about my nephew when he's in prison? Little Jojo tells his Auntie Tina, and Auntie Tina goes up and tells my auntie, and then they call us, and then we have to call the prison because the administration does not tell us that something is wrong with our children, or our brothers, or our sisters. I mean, by God, is that not common sense? We're talking about common sense legislation. But I can't believe that we actually even have to legislate that. Why in the world do you have to legislate that? You have to legislate that you can't beat a man's arms when they're sticking out? We have to literally pass laws to say this? It boggles my mind. It boggles my mind and everyone here. There's absolutely no way that, and if we're going to talk about injustice, let's talk about this injustice with HALT. I don't know if any of you, some of you in the back of me probably know what SHU is, solitary housing unit. Okay, you have an infraction, they send you to the solitary housing unit. I've seen women doing 5-7 years. I had a woman with me who actually, they put a ball and chain on her ankle to take her to the hearing. And women that have been in prison with me know exactly who I'm talking about. That is medieval. That is medieval. It should be completely unconstitutional. There have been instances that I have seen officers, I mean, I thought my eye socket was going to be crushed. I was maybe 110 pounds soaking wet when I was young and in Rikers Island. And that officer hit me for refusing to serve a dead rat that was in the beef stew to the women. Because the women started banging on the walls and they wanted their food. I wasn't giving it to them. Yo, CO, I'm not serving this. Instead, I get a punch in the face, slide all the way down, and then get put in lock. But today, what are they doing 23 hours a day? Whether or not you committed an infraction, well, I don't care if you call it keep lock, I don't care if you call it administrative whatever, there is a law on the books that has been suspended by Governor Hochul. It's been suspended indefinitely. Why? We all said this was the right thing to do. Why are people only being out 1 hour a day? Why can't the chaplains, why can't they actually have their services right now? Why they're being paid by the Department of Corrections to do a job that they cannot do because they won't allow them to come? Why are all the programs deleted? Why are college programs are not available right now? At least 2 have been canceled right now. How about the fact that there was a hunger strike at Mid-State Correctional Facility? The godmother, who was the Republican mayor, told me, and I quote, she told me just like this. She said, if they're going to torture and abuse him, they might as well have executed him. He's doing 87 years in prison. I don't think maybe he should come home. Now, mind you, I'm not in agreement on everything she said, but I get the idea. What she's saying is we get sentenced to time. That is painful enough and allows us to reflect on the things that we have done. I happen to be guilty of my crimes. I did that stuff. But when I went into the prison system, I had to gauge what kind of life I wanted. I had to have the ability to redeem myself, to actually go after redemption. But if I am kicked, beaten, abused, raped, let's not forget that there are over 1,200 cases from Avion Correction Facility alone around women being absolutely abused.
Right.
I want to tell you, it happens. I have seen it happen. I have seen my friend Savage walk with me through the Sally Port in a prison, tells me she is sick, and she looks like a little boy, and the response is, I got something for her that'll go and cure her, if you know what I'm saying. The next day, that young lady was dead. Dead. And that happened years ago. Years ago. That means this has been continuing, and it is worse today. It is worse because there is no accountability. We need a bill. We need to move accountability to an independent state. It's like the police actually policing themselves. It's not going to work. We need an independent body. And when my friend Robert Ricks, the father of Robert Brooks, called me, there was nothing else I could do. But it compelled me, and I'm so grateful for you and your family. And my heart goes out to you so much. It really does. You know, and Robert is my dear friend. And I am telling you, whether it's Messiah Natsui, whether it's this young man who is an amazing young man, amazing, amazing. He's working, he's doing the right thing. He has his own child. He has his own child. He ain't out there on them streets. They didn't raise the family like this. His father, his granddad works with the students constantly. My grandkids went to yoga. My grandkids were in his father's program. There's no way that this should happen. I want to thank you all. Please tell Kathy Hochul, sign this bill, but remember, we ain't leaving because it's not enough. It's not enough to just say we're going to call the families when their child is dead. It's not enough to say we're going to do a study. It's not enough. Sign these common sense bills so we could get to the real deal here. Okay? All right. Thank you. We are going to take some questions, if any need to be taken at this point. If any press have any questions.
Yo, appreciate y'all who showed back up. Yeah, man, I completely forgot. This was supposed to be mixed in to the last live, but hey, you know, maybe it deserves its own spot. So I had to air it though. It goes just right with the last live we just went, so why not keep it rolling? We got a little bit more, just a little bit, and we getting up out of here. Appreciate y'all though, family. Much love, much love.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Robert Brooks Jr. And I stand here today not only as a son who lost his father, but a voice for every family who has ever received that call that shatters your world and tell you that your loved one didn't make it home. In December, my family and I watched as my father got brutally beaten to death by the very person that was supposed to keep him safe. These past week, we sat through a trial of the officers responsible, forced to relive that horror, frame by frame, While a measure of justice through a guilty verdict happened, full justice was denied. Nothing will ever bring my father back to me. But this isn't just about my father. I understand Messiah and Antoine's family is here as well. And trust me, I feel your pain. It's all about the fathers, sons, daughters, and mothers whose name will never make the news. The ones that's lost behind those walls in silence. It's all about the families who grieve in the shadows because no one ever told them the truth, or it was simply covered up. Every time a life is taken in New York prisons, every time a death is covered up or ignored, we have to ask ourselves, how many more? How many more mothers will have to bury their children in these New York prisons? How many more videos? How many more autopsies? How many more broken hearts before the Governor Hochul signs the prison reform bill? Which doesn't go far enough, but it is a first step. We can't wait any longer. Justice delayed is justice denied. The system is broken, and it will stay that way unless leaders choose to act. Governor Hochul, we are asking you, not just for my father, but for every family who has suffered, to stand with us, to sign this bill, to take the first real steps towards a system rooted in accountability, transparency, and humanity. My father made a promise, and my family made a promise, and my grandfather made a promise. After my father's death, it would not be in vain. Standing here with the End Prison Violence campaign is our family shouting for all families, and for everyone who's still inside who deserves to live. It may not be enough, but it is the first step that can lead to real transformational changes. I invite Governor Hochul to sign this bill with no changes. And I am also happy to meet with you if you have any questions or doubt about the direction you should take. Thank you to everyone standing here, and thank you to everyone supporting our family and waiting for real change. Thank you.
Next up is Dorsey Eppeliers, Democratic candidate for mayor of Albany.
As a parent, I am very intentional about what it means to leave a legacy for my children. This is not the legacy that this son should have to bear. I want to start by thanking the organizers and the brave families, the impacted families that we stand in solidarity here with today. I stand firmly with families across our great state who are demanding justice, who deserve justice, with a system that is rooted, and we should have a system that is rooted in dignity, accountability, and real safety. That is not the system that we have today. Violence and neglect in prisons have gone unchecked for far too long, damaging lives on both sides of the bars. The well-being of our incarcerated brothers and sisters and correctional staff are deeply connected to the safety of our communities. The prison reform bill is a necessary and overdue piece of legislation. It is necessary and overdue reform. The bill focuses on humanity. Do we not know what that means? To treat other people as humans with dignity and respect. The bill focuses on independent oversight and access to programs that create real safety, not punishment for punishment's sake. This is about building a system that actually heals people, despite what they've done. And as we know, there are some who are sitting in prison who have done no wrong. And communities, healing our communities, not a system that continues a cycle of violence and harm. New York, let's get this bill signed. Let's get it signed. Let's get this bill signed.
Sign the bill! Sign the bill! Sign the bill! Sign the bill! Sign the bill!
Hello, my name is Ronnie Minter. I'm the founder of Freedom Unshackled Coalition, and I'm also formerly incarcerated. And if Governor Hochul is serious about what she said and being disappointed,
Well, can't hear her that good, and plus, that was it. I just wanted to bring in the son and the lady that spoke at the beginning. Not sure who she was, but I guess she used to work for the prison system and be in the prison system, something like that. I don't know. I'm not sure. But either way, appreciate y'all showing back up. I just wanted to bring that in. We out one more again. Shout out to Allie. Shout out to Miss D. Shout out to, Allie and Miss D. That's who I see. Appreciate y'all. Much love, much love. We out again. Peace easy. Stay blessed, family. I just had to share that.
We'll be fine. Our kids will not be.
Ain't your money.